We've watched Back to the Future 1 and 2, and we're all really excited to watch 3. Aviva refers to these movies as
Back in the past!
the Grand Tour.
So this is really a big step up. We have laundry
Whoa,
baskets.
a little bit better than the preschool. Oh, the kids are gonna love bunk beds. Amy's calling me. She has a surprise in the kitchen.
All right, it's our gift, our welcome gift. It's like they know in Utah. Well, first, cards. Check this out.
Playing cards? Oh, a bottle opener.
I am my bottle opener!
A bottle
It's like
opener.
they know that you can't find these in Utah.
Oh.
It's like their gifts to everybody.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know.
Next thing you know, there's going to be a meat thermometer in this kitchen. This is Amy's thing. We get to a new Airbnb and she loads up the
I
dishwasher.
love doing dishes. I literally don't trust that people actually wash these things before.
Hey, pretty wife.
Hi.
What do you think?
I like this. It's easy. Not too much climbing.
I love these hikes where there's like a wall of rock there
Yeah.
and a wall of rock there.
Yes.
And we're
lots
just walking in between them.
and lots of cool things like cactuses,
Cacti,
cacti, whatever the word is.
poison ivy, streams, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Good to know that our kids' new favorite thing is water crossings on hikes. So Amy just came home from the grocery store and there was a very unique item that she decided to pick up.
I believe in treating yourself every time at the store. And this week, a newspaper. So, I can't wait for that moment when the kids walk up and say, "We're bored, there's nothing to do." This is gonna be our saving grace.
Okay. So, Moab.
Moab, I love Moab.
Moab is an amazing place.
Amazing. Reminds me of those small Colorado towns, but for canyon people.
Yeah.
It's
I
amazing.
mean, we went on this trip a couple years ago through Colorado, went through Ouray and Breckenridge and these super trendy outdoorsy ski towns. And Moab just feels like that. Like everyone's
canyon
so
people.
granola and they're into natural food and outdoorsy.
You go
kind
to
of
the
things.
grocery store and you can fill up your growler of kombucha.
Yeah.
How cool is
Which
that?
is totally disgusting. I don't know why you do
Our
that.
kids
but
love
you
it.
can
I
do
love it. It's amazing.
Our kids like that
You
stuff?
hear the cashiers talk about how they took their dog for a walk to the canyon rim.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm in love with it. Let's chat about the next couple of stops too. So we rented an Airbnb that I would say is a little bit of a step up for us.
Here?
From the preschool house.
It's definitely a step up from the preschool house.
The
That
kids
was awful.
disagree.
That was so hard.
Okay, but the kids thought it was the time of their life. It was just hard for us.
It was clutter central. It was like the storage unit. And it was so cute. There were sheep, there were wild animals. It was just a little much. Like, I love cooking. I did not want to cook in that place. Like, it took me until like the third day we were there to find the cutting board.
I think we've always been really clean, orderly people. But a couple
Totally.
years ago, we hit this point where I felt like we had a lot of stuff at our house. And it was starting to stress me out. It was starting
Yep.
to cause anxiety for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided to go not full circle, but full force. And just start getting rid of a bunch of stuff and seeing what happens. We decluttered a lot.
You decided that we were going to get rid of a lot of the stuff that we had that encroached on my space, which was the basement. And we really, and this was like when minimalism was becoming popular. And so we learned a lot and were challenged a lot by that. And I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
We got rid of a lot of things. And I yeah, I certainly learned a lot through it.
I think what hit me is all the time that we were spending taking care of the stuff that we had.
Yep. So Sun Valley, I'm also
I didn't tell you about the
hopeful-
Sun Valley place.
Oh, tell me.
Okay, they told me, I told them the ages of our kids, because when you book on Airbnb, you're supposed to tell them a little bit about your family. I was like, we have a 7, 8, and 9-year-old, and they said, your kids are the perfect ages for the newest addition to our house. Mini donkeys.
This sounds like the preschool. Oh no. Tell me this isn't the preschool.
I think it's cleaner
Okay.
and less cluttered. I just love that our kids get to experience animals without us having the responsibility and long-term commitment to the animals.
It's the commitment that's the trouble for us, the long-term commitment to an animal. $10. What do you think?
Yes.
Why?
Because $10. No, buy me a pizza.
Sure.
Large pizza.
Large pizza deal.
Aw.
He's gonna need milk. Look at his face. Oh, I feel so bad for him.
This might qualify as child abuse. Don't tell anyone. You got this. Come on, take another bite. Come on. Before it hits you, just go. You just gotta go. Go, 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 go. Take another one. Throw it in your mouth. Go, 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 go. Aviva's got the milk for him. Come on, you got one more slice. You're 75% of the way there. That's only like a C in school. Come on, you can do this. You got this, Miko.
That was so expensive, that milk at this Moab.
Well, why'd you go to that stupid store? You're thinking,
Stuffed crust.
There you go, big guy. You deserve it.
you said something earlier in this week that I think was really meaningful, and it was an office quote where you said, I'm gonna cry even saying this, that we're not gonna realize that these are the good old days until they're gone.
Yeah.
And I just think that's so good and it's so meaningful, and we just need to know that in the midst of it.
Yeah, it's so hard though, because I think you go on a hike and it's not all sunshine and roses. Like,
That's right.
there are times where the kids are fighting where you are so scared that they're gonna like break their head, or like
Fall off
you're
the
gonna
edge.
try to like walk them across the river and you're gonna whack them in the face because you're carrying the GoPro and you think, oh my gosh, like what are we doing to these kids?
Right.
But I think when we've started to now go back and like watch and remember those memories, like they're so precious already, and we're only halfway into this trip, and I don't want these moments to end because I think our kids have already seen that we like the family time value. Like, I think our kids are already sensing that a little bit.
And I know that
us.
we needed this in many ways because we've worked so hard, especially the past 2 years. It's just been a very unique season of our life where, not their fault, but there's just been a lot of busyness and a lot of stress that they've had to deal with. Mm-hmm. And we've just needed to make some life choices where we've been able to spend more time with them and let things be a little calm.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak. But I know you're stronger than what you think. And I know it's hard.
I love this.
I love this too. It's so beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I think bringing our bikes was the best decision ever.
I know.
I didn't want to because it's a pain. It's like a lot of work.
I
Load them up and unload them.
I love that the kids love bike riding. They feel independent, and it's a great free activity to do other than hiking.
I'm going to. I'll follow you through the black and the blue.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
We're gonna go hike to see a really pretty arch,
Yay.
and we're not in the national park, so we might be able to fly the drone around.
you're afraid. I wish you could see that. I think you're brave, and if it all falls, if it all breaks, I'll still be here.
A couple times now we've found some things that are sort of off the beaten path. Like this is not in Arches National Park, and there's like barely anyone here
Yeah, where we probably would have waited like an hour in line at least.
to get a picture.
Yeah, and
At
instead we got
Arches.
to sit right under that arch.
Through life and to death, honey, I'm with you through life and to death.
You missed something last night when they were giving instructions. They put something in here for us,
Okay.
in the glove box.
Yeah.
They're called wag bags.
Oh, I saw that you.
Apparently, if anybody has to go number 2 today, they need to use a wag bag, guys. You have to poop in the bag.
This is Hoorah Pass. This is the very top of sort of a mountain that we went over on a road that is made for off-highway vehicles. What have you guys thought of it so far?
Scary, kind of.
Why scary?
Yeah, because the bumps. Some spots are like
Bumps?
on the side. Some spots are like so close to the edge.
The road does get pretty close to the edge. There's some steep drop-offs, right? Lots of rocks and stuff that we have to avoid.
mommy going, yeah!
Ah, but it's been super fun, and so we're gonna keep driving
Cool,
back
Lassa.
down that way, check out the rest of this road, and then we'll turn around and do it all over again.
What's for lunch today?
Cheetos,
Cheetos.
Trader Joe's Cheetos.
So a little bit healthier. Peanut butter and
It's the same
jelly.
lunch that we've had every day on this entire trip.
This is a pretty epic picnic spot though.
What's wrong?
That's so cute.
You thought this was the wind cave.
It's not.
It's not, which makes a lot of sense because a cave you generally think of looking less like this and more like
This. One thing that I've loved is seeing all the old people out on this trail.
I know.
It's so cute.
It's really cute.
I want to be like them when I get old.
The goal in making these videos is that one day when we're old we can sit around and watch these and remember some memories.
But now I'm thinking I want to still be out on the trail.
Oh, totally.
When I'm old.
I mean, I said as we were driving down here that I hope that when I'm 60 and Nico's 35 that I can still 35? Yeah, that I can still terrify him with my driving and have him sit in the back seat and go, die!
No, that's the height. It's the height.
Such an amazing lunch spot. Peanut butter and jelly's never tasted so good. What do you guys think? You got banana and honey and peanut butter and grape jelly.
Fancy today.
Heck yeah.
We also saw a snake.
Making it a little different.
We saw our first snake. That's right, Aviva.
I saw it. I almost stepped on it. It's right there.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Sing you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down. Old hands only favored me. Fix up a house that we found in the city limits, but in right where we were meant to be. Baby, baby, 2018. What a
I'm going to definitely miss the desert. I'm going to miss the warm weather, the warm, dry weather. What are you going to miss?
Pools.
Pools. There will be pools, I think, where we're going. We might be able to find some pools. And but we're also going to get to do some whitewater rafting. Does that sound like fun?
Yeah.
I'm super excited. We're going to have so much fun doing that. And wherever we go, there's going to be an adventure, right?
Right.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little relieved to see our car. I'm not sure.
Were you worried about that?
I was getting a little lost. And I had a couple of moments there where I thought, this is not right. No cell phone, no GPS even. I did not come very well prepared with the maps downloaded.
I'm glad that you didn't tell me that you were a little nervous.
So we saw this BMX park on the way home, and Nico's eyes lit up and begged and begged and begged to let him go back there with his mountain bike. Your goal, you said, is to what? What's your goal?
Get my back wheel off the ground.
And your front wheel
I mean, both.
at the same time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So your goal is to do a jump.
Yeah. I can get my front wheel off the ground
What's mommy's goal for you?
to not break any bones.
Remember what we
one
say?
crash that was bad.
If you're not falling down, you're not skiing hard enough, right?
Yeah. I reached my goal.
You reached your goal. And
got
mommy's goal.
I put both of the wheels off the ground.
You did some jumps and you lost your Band-Aid.
Oopsie.
Let's go home. Good job, man. That was
Maybe
super
one
cool.
more run.
I loved watching it. One more run? Okay.
Yeah.
You've been home with the kids since mid-March.
Right?
And before that point,
Which was a very unique season of our life where, because the kids were out of school, I decided to take a leave of absence from work.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. Like, I didn't want to, I mean to say that I didn't want to take a leave of absence from my job, but I did want to spend time with our kids, and I did want to make sure that they weren't trying to school themselves with Kindles and iPads and that sort of thing.
Before that point, I had been the stay-at-home mom / running a company from the time that, just before our oldest was into our life. And I think one of the things that I noticed the other night, and this has probably been the biggest annoyance to you, but I've noticed that the kids, when they're upset or something is wrong, they start screaming out "Daddy, Daddy" recently. And I love that. Because that was always my role. Like, I always had to take care of that.
Right.
And I just loved that they have seen you in a whole new light. They really love each other.
They do, and I love them, and I'm so thankful for them, and they are our legacy in many ways. They are the most important things in our lives, and we just need to keep investing in them as best as we can.
Yeah.
So Nico spent 3 hours, the entire hike, talking about his business idea. He's like fixated on, you know, his future business and income.
Every week.
Okay.
Because they're like 4 weeks.
Okay.
Which is a double deluxe, and do all 4 routes. The premium adventure is like a whole week trip. Outdoorsy is Jeep, teardrop, and like a tent that folds off the roof.
It was too much, but I'm an introvert, and as long as I just have to say like, okay, and just let him roll, it's okay with me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can put up with it. But do you know what was so sweet about that moment, babe?
What?
He kept saying, "Mommy, would you want to be the bus driver of my adventure company?
That is cute.
Would you be willing to do this?"
Yeah.
And he's trying to plan out specific roles for people in the family and thinking about us. You know, I was talking to somebody that I have part of my company, and he was sharing with me, he travels a lot in his career job, and he was sharing with me, he said, "I always thought I should just travel while the kids are young for my job, and when they're older I'll invest in them." And he said, but I've come to realize over the last couple years that that's the opposite of what's true, that what matters is to invest in them when they're little.
Wow.
And I think that that is just so typical of what people think of. They don't remember these times, but I think this is the time that we have right now to invest in them.
That's really good.